We're back at it. It doesn't seem like we had a whole lot of time off, and here we go again. It's always one of the most exciting days for me as a coach. I really look forward to getting to 20 hours a week, starting to build, starting to get to role identification, seeing what this looks like for extended periods of time. And so here we are, it's day one. We've had a very, very good summer, very good fall. We did have some minor injuries that, and obviously Ty's is a little more restrictive in terms of his timetable. But we've been without Andre for a few weeks. We have a few weeks more left before we'll have him. So we'll just take that here day by day. He's progressing great. Starting to run and jump and progress, with our trainer, our strength coach. So we've missed him. That's unfortunate, but that's also given opportunities for other guys to really kind of step into a role. So here we go. It's not very far away. A few weeks before we've got a very, very good Illinois State team in an exhibition, and it's about progressing and getting better, and I like the way this group's attacking learning and building.
We have a first day and first week of practice philosophy that carries through the years.
Yeah, I think it's always about the standard of understanding how hard it is to win, and then I think it's all about hard work. You'd like to bottle some of the energy we had today and pull it out in January and February when you're in the middle of the grind. But we try to do it every single day, be consistent with our work. It's longer. We're not in superb shape yet. We'll build to that, and so it's still kind of a carryover from what we've been doing this fall. We didn't implement too much new today. We'll start doing that as we move forward here. But today was just a high energy day and a very, very good day for these guys to understand our culture and how we do things.
Brad, what's been the acclimation process of Mihailo like? I'm sure there's a lot to get acclimated to. What's that been like on and off the court for him?
Yeah, he's very cerebral. He's very film oriented. He likes seeing a lot of film. He's literally missed all of summer. I think there was some struggles early, just in terms of he's been a ball dominant point guard his whole life, and now he's playing with 3 or 4 guys who are really good at it as well. And so learning spacing, learning the American style, I think learning same things that KJ went through, the pace of play, and it really fits him because he's fast. He's got great speed, but he learns every day. I think he's finding out the intensity with which we play on the defensive side. He's got the ability. He's really, really strong, even though he's not real tall in stature. But he's bought into Fletch. He's bought into the conditioning piece, and he's buying in defensively and getting better every day.
What is Ty's status right now?
Still, we don't have any true time frame. We'll see. It's just a progression. We're not expecting him anytime real soon, coming back from his knee, but that's up to the doctors and the trainers and how well he responds to certain things. He's doing some light stuff in terms of shooting and doing some of that on the court, but again, it's something that we'll leave completely up to our medical staff and our trainers, and getting the knee back strong again is the most important thing, so we don't re-injure. That takes a little bit of time. So we'll just keep playing that by ear, and when he's ready, he's ready.
So you not completely rule him out for the season?
I'm not completely saying he'll play, and I'm not completely saying he won't play. So that's something that is basically how his body responds and what the doctors tell us.
I know you're just getting started, but what are some things you like about your roster this year? Is there a common denominator with this group?
Yeah, I think we're obviously got some size. I think that's the first thing you see when you walk out here is our length. I think that we've got some versatility, especially in the front court. The greatest thing is that Ben, Jake, Tommy, Bam, AJ are back, and they're and you got to tie a guy on the sidelines, and so there's tremendous carryover and leadership into that. But I'm a little guarded when I answer that because we haven't had Andre for a while, and until all that fits in with Mihailo and David. So I like our skill set. I like our ability to pass. I like our ability to be unselfish and shoot the basketball, and we'll continue to work on the development and the chemistry of that day to day as guys work their way back in.
How's Ben
Because he was
worked
here
in?
in summer, can you plug and play Andre the way that you would like to, just because he was here in the summer from a chemistry standpoint and understanding what you guys want to do?
Yeah, and we're going to ask him to be different than he was at his last two schools in terms of, we've got pick and pop fives and different things, but I see him as a guy who's very downhill, a little bit like TJ was. He's extremely athletic. He's got the ability, I think, to be an elite defender. I love him paired with Kylan in the backcourt, and perimeter guys. I don't know if his shot volume needs to be quite what it was in the past with our team, but we'll continue to dissect that. But he is a guy who can really score the ball. He's a great finisher. He's going to be a guy that probably shoots more threes than he's shot in the past. But I like his versatility and his ability to step in and play multiple spots.
How's Ben looked just another year on campus?
Ben's probably, has made as big a change as anybody, and in terms of his physicality, in terms of his physical status. He's 25 pounds heavier, he's stronger, he's our best conditioned guy, he's an elite athlete. He's a guy that I don't think he's just glad to be here now. I think he's ready to be really a productive player, and I don't mean that in a bad way last year. I think it was a learning curve for him. I think as you see in the history of my time here anyway, guys from year 1 to year 2 make a jump, and I feel really strongly that he's positioned to do that and have a great year.
Schedule was finalized over the weekend. What do you make of the schedule? What do you like about it?
It's great. It's hard. It'll test us in the non-league. I think that I'm very, very naive when it comes to what other rosters look like in our league yet. I don't know. You read about certain teams and everybody was talking about Rutgers a year ago, and so I don't pay a lot of attention yet to other teams. I just know the Big Ten's loaded, and it will be no different this year. I think Ohio State in the first Big Ten game in December, and Nebraska at home, and beyond that, I really couldn't. I do like the game in playing in the Palestra for selfish reasons. Now I don't have to play Fran there. I wanted to play a game in that building, no, I think it's a great schedule, and we're gonna find out very early who and what we are.
You brought in Crocker as an assistant coach. Is there any changes on the defensive end, or have you seen anything on the defensive end this offseason?
Yeah, there'll be a decent amount of changes. I think we're trying to be a little more active and creative in terms of coming up with steals and being more aggressive there. I think we're trying to utilize our length in some different ways. It's still a work in progress. I think we've got multiple ways we can play, and I think it starts with Kylan. I think he's going to be one of the best defenders in the game, and his strength and his quickness is unparalleled, really. And Fletch has said he's never seen an athlete like him, as strong as he is, and he's a guy that doesn't get enough notoriety for how good he is defensively. So everything will start with him, and then we've got to utilize our size and strength.
Did you get a sense this summer what playing Z and Tommy looks like? And is that more of a niche lineup, do you feel like, philosophically, or do you even know?
I don't know. I don't. We've looked at them. Obviously, we play them a lot together. We didn't have Murkovich here at that time. Jason Jackson had a really good summer. It gives us versatility with Ben. To play Ben as a 4, to play Ben as a 3. Let's not forget that some of our best lineups last year were Colin Boswell as a screener and a connector, slipping out to the rim. Jake Davis is there's a lot of versatility there. So I don't want to say we'll play them together. We sure can. Z's an elite shooter. He's gained weight. He's made tremendous strides here in terms of his physical appearance and strength. So, we know he can block shots and really shoot. So, we'll see how that all plays out.
Brad, what, if any, eligibility hurdles remain for Mihailo?
Still waiting. David's good. Still going through the process with Mihailo. Again, it's not. Everything's moving. It's just been a later process for him, for things that were uncontrolled by everybody because of things that were going on in Belgrade and Serbia at that time. It still are, but it's just a little slower process. But we'll wait till final eligibility we hear, and we've done everything we can do on our end.
Do you feel you'll have Andre for the start of the season?
I hope so. I got my fingers crossed on that. I'm not. I think the biggest thing is to make sure that he's completely healed, strong, and not in a position to re-injure or aggravate. So we don't want to fight that all season long. But we're just literally taking it day by day, week by week with him, and again, he's working his tail off on the side. And he's our recovery stuff with hyperbarics and all of that is a big help and expedites that process. So day by day.
Heard some buzz about.
Have more of an opportunity with Andre out. Who have you seen maybe step into a big role this season?
Yeah, I think it's still to be determined. I think when he's with us, I think changes how Murkovich and maybe Jake and Keaton, how it impacts them. Keaton can be a dominant ball guy at times, and he can be a guy that if we don't have Dre, can play off of it more. So, kind of slides Murk around a little bit. It kind of slides, Ben and Jake around. Like I said, those are the unknowns that I don't have an answer to yet because we haven't had them all together, and we've got to figure those things out as we move forward here in practice.
I've heard some positive buzz about Keaton Wagler. What do you think he can give you as a true freshman this year?
He's very talented. He's very cerebral. He can play multiple positions. He's been an elite shooter. For us, I love his decision making. For a young guy, is very, very advanced. Again, we've played him almost exclusively at the point all summer, simply because we just had kind of Keaton or Kylan. So I think his versatility. I think he's a really good player, and I don't think there's any doubt that he'll impact our team in a positive way.
You mentioned the leadership and just getting guys back. Where have you seen that show itself most early in the process?
There's so many ways I can't count. Just in the locker room, just on the court with simple stuff, just simple drills, knowing what they are. Kylan Boswell explaining to Mihailo how we do things and what this play looks like, and what defensively we expect. And it's just right on down the line with Ben and the culture things, the things that we stand for. Pair that with what we're doing in the weight room. It's just a simple transition from one year to the next. Just 11 guys that didn't know anything last year to guys that do, and they're explaining it. We don't have to be there to hold their hand through the process. So I'm really excited about the leadership and the guys we've got back, because they got a little taste of that last year and winning, and know we got some pieces that we think we can do something with.
Sounds like five to play five is coming. It sounds like. How's that affect your roster? How's it affect future recruiting?
Oh, I don't know if we got enough time to answer that. I will say this: if we're going to it, let's get to it. I'm absolutely sick and tired of not having any rules or guidelines what to do. This is getting to be a comedy as to how to do things, what it means. I think it's probably a good thing if it helps the waivers and the court cases and helps give clarity to it. If we're going to go to it, let's just get to it. If we're not, great, then we know what recruiting is. Recruiting is completely different now than it's ever been because of the rev share, and it's based on how many guys you can possibly have back. Changes us greatly. We might lose one player. Ben would be the only guy we lose if the 5-5 goes. And so you have to save your rev share. You can't. Your distribution becomes very different. Recruiting high-level players becomes very different. So all that scouting stuff and stars and all that stuff means nothing based on how many guys you have back. If we're in a situation we got to go get 7 or 8, then recruiting becomes a little different. The portal will become, if 5-5 happens, will become a free-for-all again in the spring with guys hitting the portal. But we just need some help, and we need some guidelines, and we need some parameters and guardrails with which to recruit. We've been very mild in terms of what we've done this fall. This month of September has gone from usually our busiest month to actually one of our quietest, because we don't have any clue how to go about our business. So we're recruiting, but we're not recruiting.
How has the rev share NIL changed? How have you guys tried to approach it with still some unknowns with all of it?
I mean, it's a moving target because we don't have any idea. I know, you have a rev share that's been distributed, and we could have everybody back. So retention is still of the utmost, in my opinion, and we're going to continue to work towards that. So going out and recruiting, we love the commitments that we have, and we love the guys that were involved, and they fit our culture to the T. But it's all about the spring. Again, the calendar's off. It's messed up. Makes no sense. But we're just in a spiral that we need some help with.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.